I often tell people that come in and say, hey, you look like Coach Saban. I said, well, this is what I do after football season to supplement my income over there. I take it all in stride. You know, if a person who's seen me on television wants to come here and eat, why not? You know, why not? You know, take that and run with it. You know, I've been walking through the mall with my son, and he's noticed people looking at me, especially if I wear the shirt with the A on it. Todd Blackledge, when he did his Taste of the Town show here in '09, was probably the single biggest thing that's ever happened to us at that point as far as exposure is concerned. When that happened, that Saturday night when we were on his national television show, we sold out of food the Monday following that, which we've never done. People from all these little towns around Tuscaloosa, they saw it on the Alabama homecoming game, and they came in, and it was pretty amazing. I'm the original owner of the Houndstooth Sports Bar down on the Strip. I opened that business in 1988. Sold it in 1993 right after we won the national championship. Thought that was going to be time for me to get out of that business and move on to something else. Shows how smart a businessman I am. #1 sports bar in America now. I moved to Birmingham and got into restaurant business with some guys up there, and thought, you know, I would kind of get my feet wet up there. Another mistake. Lost all the money that I made on the sale of the Houndstooth in the restaurant business in Birmingham. Came back over here one day and saw this little building with a for rent sign on the door, and I said, well, if I want to do the restaurant business, I'll just do it myself. Keep it simple, hamburgers and hot dogs, stadium kind of menu right across the street from Bryant Denny Stadium, and it's worked out real well. Our menu hasn't changed too much over the years. You know, we've tried different little things and made subtle changes from here to there, but basically we've stayed pretty much the same menu as we started with. Kept it simple. We opened up September the 14th, 1996. We celebrated our 17th birthday this past year, so we'll start year 18 on September the 14th. We opened up on a home football game. If you don't think that wasn't a disaster, absolute disaster. We made the mistakes we made on that day, we erased, and we never did those things again. You know, the other 358 days a year I'm more concerned with. Those 7 or 8 home football games, they take care of themselves. We've got 8 parking places. It's kind of difficult to run a business and get a lot of customers in and out with 8 parking places, but game day, the walk-up traffic is just overwhelming. I get asked that question quite often about the memorabilia and the stuff on the walls. My favorite response is probably the stuff on the walls is more valuable than the business itself. It's been fun. I don't hunt, I don't fish, I hang pictures as my hobby. A lot of this stuff has been given to me over the years. A lot of students like to give me things like their car tags, and they'll sign them, and they like to come back and see that they're here year after year when they come through. So it's been a lot of fun putting the picture part of the restaurant together, the memorabilia part of the restaurant. The flag is probably one of the most talked about pieces in the restaurant because it resembles the end zones of Neyland Stadium in Tennessee. And I was sitting here one day, and I got to know the guy that was working in the tower crane with that flag flying on top of the tower crane, and I told him, I said, you know, that flag shouldn't be flying over Bryant Denny Stadium. It's just absolutely the wrong colors. His comment to me was, it's just an aviation flag. I said, well, it's the wrong color aviation flag. I said, would you mind taking that down for me? And he said, how is your SEC champ breakfast? I said, it's real good, and it would be a good swap. Those are the kind of things. I'm not really too much into paintings, Daniel Moore's, those kind of things. I like to get the different kind of little stuff in there. I've got a brick the other day from a guy who brought it to me from the implosion of Rose on July the 4th last year. He brought me a brick, and I'm going to get that mounted. I got a piece of Legion Field turf not too long ago around the 9-yard line that the 78-79 national championship University of Alabama football teams played on. So those are the kind of things that are neat. We're not corporately structured where everything is put in a certain place and everything is symmetrical, and we just kind of stick it up there and that's it. I've been told, and whether that's true or not, that we're the most nationally recognized restaurant in Alabama, primarily where we're located. I think we've had a positive impact on this corner as far as the culture is concerned. Tourists and people from out of town are as much a part of our business as the local people are. You know, they've seen us on ESPN and CBS. You know, it's just been it's been a great opportunity for me as a business person to have been at this location. It's been hard work. I work 14 hours a day. I work 7 days a week. I'm here opening. I'm here closing. Some football Saturdays, I've worked as much as 22 hours. You know, you get here at 4 o'clock on Saturday morning of the game and leave at 2 o'clock the next morning on Sunday going home. So, but it's all worthwhile. It's the only time of the year my bankrolls speak to me during football season.